Do you have any, like, so that's like your main advice, but damn, that's all
I guess.
Well, I have a few advices that are important. I already mentioned it. Volunteer. That's key.
That is
That's
key.
really important. Look, and it's really hard for an international student to do that because you can choose whether going to work and make money to pay the fees or going to volunteer, where you obviously don't get paid, but the things that you get are just priceless, to be honest. And a lot of the things that I've been able to do while I've been here in Australia have been through volunteering. The people that you meet, the experiences that you get, the places that you get to go, the things that you get to do through volunteering are incredible. And look, I've been volunteering since that time that I mentioned, starting with, the City Youth Student Ambassadors, then with UMNT, with the City Youth Student Association. I continue volunteering with our non-for-profit organizations, the Kindness Shake. And by seeing those things, I feel that I will continue volunteering for all my life because it's awesome.
100%. I can't back you enough on that. With not just for international students,
Everyone.
Volunteering and putting yourself out there is for everyone, and it is, again, like you said, it will take you to places that you probably can't go with something that pays you.
Yeah.
If something pays you, you probably can't go to where volunteering could take you. You could travel the world and just be a volunteer.
That's correct.
Definitely, like it just happens, and you'll meet people that you never expected to meet.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, look, I like playing video games. I like playing my FIFA. I like watching Netflix. I like scrolling down on my phone. But that will never stop me, and I will never say I don't have time to volunteer. So you will always have time. When you want to do something, if you don't want to do it, you'll find an excuse. But if you want to do it, you'll find a way. So I strongly believe that you could do that. The other thing that I would recommend to international students is to be open-minded and not think that the way you do things are necessarily the right thing to do. And I guess what I mean by this is when you come to Australia, you go and try to, be with people that you are more comfortable with, like we talked about before. And we do things like we like to do, but that's not necessarily the only right way to do it, or that's not necessarily the more fun way to do it. So connecting with people from other cultures, learning why they do the things that they do, what they do, why people do the ways that they do is incredible, and it's really, really powerful, especially again in a place like Darwin, which is so multicultural. So being able to not think, oh, this person is from this country, so I'm not gonna go and and do what they do or connect with them. No, go and meet people from everywhere and learn. It's just such an important thing to do, and such an opportunity that not everyone gets the chance to do. But because we are in a place like Australia where people are coming from everywhere, then we have that chance. You mentioned about burnout, and I will contradict a little bit myself here because I used to, and most of the time I continue say yes to everything.
I still do it.
And look, this is a really hard one, and I struggle a lot with every day because I usually say yes to any opportunity that I see out there without even thinking about it, because that's what I've been doing and that's working for me. And look, it's hard, and and then I go to bed late, and then I wake up early in the morning, and I'm tired and stuff like that. But I always find a way to get it done. So if you can, especially at the start of the journey, say yes to every single opportunity that you find. And if you don't know how to do it, then learn how to. But don't let those thoughts or those things, I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how I will be in an office. I don't know how to do public speaking. Learn how to try, and, don't hesitate. And because it really works. It works for me. It works for many people that I'm out there. Finding the balance will be hard, but don't be scared of doing that. And last but not least, knock people's doors. I felt that at the start I was a little bit embarrassed, or a little bit ashamed of asking for help. hey, Tahir, can you help me with this? Hey, do you know this? I would stop. I would be, ashamed of some things, and I wouldn't be who I am just because of that. But then I found out one day that, look, people are always keen to help you, especially again in a place like the territory where people are so welcoming and warm. People are always out there willing and keen to give you a hand. So if you knock someone's door, they may have the solution to your problem, or they may know someone who does. So don't be afraid or don't be ashamed of asking for help, because there is a lot of people out there who might give you a hand, and that has worked for me and continue to do it. So
basically, to summarize, what you mean is just like get out of your comfort zone and just try something new. Because I'm working with an international, technically an international student. They've gotten their degree in, I think it was engineering or something.
Right.
But see, they're scared because of they think their English is not good enough, right? And so they haven't actually tried to look for a job in their field, right? And I asked the person, why don't you just try? And it's like, oh yeah, I don't know, and stuff like that. And so, I mean, just for me, like when next time I see him, I'm gonna just tell him to just go ahead and try it,
Yes.
right? Because like I told him that before, but I'm just gonna just go tell him, like, just keep going, because he also has a wife, actually. I should tell you that.
Wow.
So she studied accounting as well.
Wow.
in engineering. She just finished, right? And so she's also hasn't gotten a job in her field. Like, I think it's the same thing, right? So I think what we should do anyway, as like people who know international students, is just like encourage them. Like, I know you're doing it already, right? Obviously you're doing it. But for me, like I've been doing it, but haven't been that active.
Right.
But what I want to just like give out like advice to some people is just, if you know some people who are international students or just from like international and they come over here and they're looking for a job, just tell them to go for it. Like, tell them to put themselves out there, right? As you said, do volunteering work. And I feel like that's the best way for them to get out there and to show that they can be a part of the community and also like bring up their confidence. That's for me what I would want to do, and I just want to give advice for some people to just do that as well.
I guess there's one thing I wanted to add to it, right? So you said, again, put yourself out there, and there's people that you might tell, like you said, that they say, oh, I'm too embarrassed, or my English is not good, and they find an excuse to not do it, right? And then you said something about like people are always willing to help, especially in Darwin. Maybe somewhere else, people feel like you're taking advantage of them and stuff. But like, I kid you not, asking for help and just getting like, my brain switches off. I don't need to do work. Someone else does the work for me because I just asked for help, right? Like, being confident enough to say, let's say I didn't have good English and I go up to, or my communication skills weren't as good enough, and I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that this is my problem. If I wanted a job, if I wanted something, and I go up to someone and say, hey, look, I acknowledge that, my communication skills are probably not top notch, but these are the things that I want to do, right? Without feeling embarrassed, accepting that, you have something that you're working towards, and you going out there and saying, these are the things that I want, and I understand I have a flaw, this is something that I'm working on. Yeah. Can you help me? These guys, at least, this is my own data point, I reckon 8 out of 10 people will actually go out of their way to give you a contact or say, go to this person, or here's this person's number. I think this person could help. And at least then it gives you a next step. Yeah. Before you get the next step, you're only saying, oh, I don't want to do the first step, right?
Correct.
First step is going out there, talking, putting yourself out there, and acknowledging that you're working on something, acknowledging your flaws, and being honest about it. My English has been good, but I've been honest about 100 other things. Like, I'm not probably the smartest person. So, like, I'm not going to say, my degree, I didn't get the best marks. Right? So when I went into an engineering job, I acknowledged that my marks probably aren't a reflection of what I can be, but this is what I'm willing to work on, right? I was honest about something that people can see. Like if you say, oh, my English is, good, and people can see that your English isn't good, you're hiding a flaw that people can see, right?
That's correct. And there's nothing better than being straightforward and being honest to yourself, and I think this applies really well on a job application or a job interview or whatever, but also in life, on anything that you do, being able to recognize your flaws, like you said, but being committed to do something about it is awesome, and it's
100%.
fantastic, and people will be willing to give you a chance, and people will appreciate, hey, look, this person is being honest and they seem to be committed to do it. Let's give them a chance, and let's hope that 8 out of 10
People
will get it. Yeah,
And-
why not?
And what I noticed as well, so there's this, Modern Family, the TV show.
Yeah.
So there was
Sofia Vergara.
Yeah, no. So there was one thing she said that actually like made so much sense, right? And it's like kind of like the quote. I'm not gonna quote it word for word, but it's basically like, in English, I don't sound the smartest, right? But in my own language, like I'm a genius, right? And that's what I noticed. Like my parents, like if you heard them like speaking in English, it's broken up, and you might think this and this, right? But then if they spoke in their own language, it's and that's what I noticed, and like I'm pretty sure like your English is already good, right? But I'm pretty sure your Spanish is even like way better, right? It happens.
Make you look stupid in Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's true, and that's what like people should get their confidence from. It's like, okay, my English is not the best, but it doesn't mean I'm not like a smart person. It just means that that's just the one aspect I got to work on.
A point to note there, we were talking last episode, we were talking about something about being kind to yourself. Like when you come to love yourself, you have to learn to also be kind to yourself. That is loving yourself, right? When you say, like people that don't actually go out and seek help, they find an excuse saying, oh, I'm this or I'm that, or I've got too much on. Take the guts, find time, do it, and then figure out the next steps, right?
That's
do the first step. First step is putting yourself out there. If you stay behind closed doors, nothing's gonna come to you, right?
Yeah, you cannot expect different results by doing the same things every day.
And the other thing is, I've met people that feel like people out there to get them. This person's gonna get advantage of me and this and that. Everyone's not like that. Just seek help wherever you can, and you have nothing to lose. Like if I call a Benjamin and say, Benjamin, I need help with this, I've got nothing to lose. I either gain something out of it or I gain nothing.
No, you're here and you go here or you stay here.
That's it,
you won't go below.
That's right. At
you
the
can't
end
go
of the
below.
day, you'll be in the same time.
Exactly.
So the worst that could happen is that someone will tell you, no, that's it, and that's it. You knock as many doors and as many doors, but the result will be the same.
Imagine
if
you
you don't try.
and they start yelling at you.
But yeah, we got the success story right here, so we know it works.